Hey guys, today we're looking at these pallet forks. I've had these since 2017, so I thought I'd do a long-term review on them. Now I got the shorter 30-inch models. I figured for a subcompact tractor, the longer ones would be too unwieldy. These just slip onto the edge of your bucket, and then you clamp them down. Now I hardly ever use these for pallets, though I do like to keep a couple of old pallets around. They extend the length of the bucket and give you kind of a platform. Sometimes if I have to unload something from my truck, I'll pick up a pallet with the tractor, line the pallet up with the tailgate of my truck, and then I can just slide whatever I'm unloading onto the pallet and lower it to the ground.
Them forks are too short for that pallet. That's dangerous.
Yeah, I know. That's one of the downsides of having the shorter forks. Now you don't want to be moving it if you have weight on the unsupported part of the pallet. You can always cut a full-size pallet down to fit if you need to. I will also admit that I've stood on top of the pallet to use it as a makeshift lift.
That's a safety violation. That violates every known OSHA.
I didn't say that you should do it. In fact, you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying that I did it. I don't recommend it. My main use for these is for hauling brush. You can get way more in the bucket with the forks on than the bucket by itself. I've also used it to pick up logs. Here's a big log that fell in the road that I had to pick up.
You're gonna damage your bucket using those.
No, not if you're careful and aware of the limitations. On these subcompacts, the hydraulics aren't really that powerful. You have to be doing something really silly to bend the bucket, like putting all the weight on the tips of the forks. Just be careful and try and keep all the weight as far back as possible. That's another reason why I'd recommend the shorter forks for a subcompact tractor. On my bucket, there's these extra metal plates welded in line with the loader arms, right where I clamp on the pallet forks. It's almost like they designed it to use clamp-on accessories. On the top, I painted a couple of yellow squares where those plates are, so I always clamp them on in the correct spot.
When that fork falls off, you're gonna impale a child.
If you want a little extra safety, they have these cutouts where you can put a chain or a ratchet strap in. If you just use a ratchet strap, all it does is keep the forks from being able to slide off the bucket. Sometimes that happens when you're dumping the bucket with the forks on. One of them will fall off. It's not that big of a deal, so I usually don't mess with it. You shouldn't be raising the bucket over the top of children anyway. If you use chain, it's supposed to distribute some of the weight away from the edge of the bucket to reduce the chance of bending it. The top here is open, so you can put a 2x4 in there, but it doesn't fit a normal 2x4. It's some kind of metric size. At some point I had notched a couple of 2x4s to fit, but I think I reused them for another project. This is really only necessary if you're carrying something big or top-heavy that's at a risk of tipping over. The pallet forks are some of my most used tractor accessories. They've held up pretty well. The only thing I do for maintenance on them is put a little grease on the clamp threads. That seems to help them work smoothly. So if you have a subcompact tractor and you're considering getting these, I definitely recommend them.
You're gonna avoid your tractor's warranty if you buy those.
Oh, no you won't. They're only around $100 on Amazon, and you'll find lots of uses for them. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my other tractor videos. See you later. Bye.